Can't we have like a
No.
remember my answer?
Well, I'm always logged in unless you like clear shit. I'm guessing
No,
that.
I mean, no. When
What?
the box pops up to enable whatever, can't we have something that's like a remember my?
Oh, are you talking about the fucking
Yeah.
The notifications?
Big giant. Yeah, that big giant box that pops up.
It's supposed to go away after you do the whole blah 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 blah. But for some reason the code isn't working, and I'm trying to get it to where we are trying to fix it where it is, so that's why it's still up there and it keeps asking people.
Okay. Sounds good. Maybe mention that on the air.
I was going to last week and I fucking forgot.
Well, it's a good thing that I'm reminding you 5 minutes before the show.
Yeah, because I'm going to remember that 5 minutes into the show.
He slept the whole 5 minutes since then. Come on.
All right.
Please remember, the views and opinions expressed by this show or any other show on DV Radio and its guests are strictly those of said individuals and do not reflect those of the DV Radio staff nor the staff of dysfunctional veterans.
Let's get it started in here. Get this party started on a Saturday night. I'm on a highway to hell all night long.
Cause I got friends in low places where
Play that funky music, white boy. And I don't wanna miss a thing.
Online and on the go on your mobile device.
Listeners' discretion is advised.
This is Barracks Talk. It's DV Radio.
Google broke the toilet.
But I think I just broke my desk.
Tonight, Google is planning on taking over the world.
You can dip Brussels sprouts in chocolate to make them look like cake pops.
$15 is a little steep for a bag of dicks. It should be like $14.99.
I'm pretty easy to please.
Not even want to touch it as much as I want to.
Are you sure?
And we just went there.
Boom, 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 boom.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio. Yeah, you listen to the podcast there, young man.
You're tuned in to WDVR on DVRadio.net or by searching DV Radio on your TuneIn app on your favorite mobile device.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio.
That is how it is right here on DVRadio.net. This is Barracks Talk Live. It is March 23rd, 2019. I'm Boner Wood. We've got Oink and Google, and no, we do not have DV6, Marquee, or Recoil, because that's how we roll. How you doing tonight there, Oink?
Oh, hanging out, hanging in. I can actually hang out to the outside right now. It's 50 degrees in Alaska. You won't freeze it off. But you know, Porky is a cousin of mine, so.
You know, it's funny because Oink sent me a photo and said, "What's wrong with this picture?" And it showed where he's at as 50 degrees and where I'm at is 32.
We actually were talking about that the night before last, I think it was. He sent me one, it was about 50, and it was like 38 years, some shit.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Google?
I'm good. I mean, we got, you know, they told us yesterday we were getting 1 to 3 inches of snow. We woke up to like 5 to 8 inches of snow. And of course, 6 managed to escape the shoveling yet again.
This is 2 snowstorms running that DV6 has managed to make it out before it actually snowed.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
He does have a curse, doesn't he? A storm curse. Every time he leaves and goes somewhere else, the place he just left gets snow or hail, sleet, tornadoes, hurricanes, you name it.
Yep.
Oh, so DV6 is on the road right now. Google, do you want to update everybody on that? Because I've not spoke to him today, so.
I mean, I know he's driving.
Right. So what DV6 planned on doing a couple of weeks ago, we had planned on him coming down to North Carolina to a few cities and giving out the homeless winter bags. But that got sidetracked because the truck needed to go have surgery. So thus, we had to put it off and delay everything by a week. He's en route to my house, supposedly. We have no fucking clue where he's at. I asked what state he's in. Apparently, he's in a painful state. So that's where we're at on that right now.
Although you first asked where he was.
Yeah, and of course, Google being the smartass that she is. In his truck? No shit, Sherlock.
Hey, where's Sixwell? I mean, that's all I know. He's in the truck.
You know, we could make a lot of Captain Obvious commercials just out of one episode of Barracks Talk.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what DV6 is doing. That's why he's not been going live or anything the past couple. What is it? He left yesterday.
Yes.
Right. So the past 24, 48 hours.
Just in time to be gone for the snow.
Right.
We'll have to fall into the whole political promises pool. I don't know if you'd want to be seen anyway for a little bit.
Speaking of DV Farm and helping and donating and all that, thank you guys so much for getting us those donations for the winter bags. And a lot of you have been asking for the DV Farm coins when they're going to be back in stock, when we're bringing them back to mydvstore.com. Don't worry, April 1st is when we're relaunching the new and updated DV Farms. I believe Six said last week we can't do the branches anymore because everybody but the Air Force allowed us to, so we had to scratch that idea. Thank you, Air Force. Good one on you for helping those vets.
Oh, I guess everyone
that would be a thing that you would say.
No, everyone, all the branches, all of a sudden decided that they need like all this fucking paperwork and stuff. So
yeah, it makes no sense, but whatever. So yes, April 1st, that's April Fool's. No, it's not an April Fool's joke, but April 1st, we are relaunching the DV Farm coins. I believe they're still $25, if I'm not mistaken. That is a donation in which you get something in return. So, yeah, all that goes to DV Farm. Look forward to that. Come April 1st, mydvstore.com. If you want to know of any other ways to get to DV Farm, you can go to dvfarm.org, click on the donate tab after you enter the site and actually give a monetary donation. No, you do not have to have PayPal. For the 100th, millionth, 11th time, you do not have to have PayPal. You can use a credit or debit card. Just follow the instructions once you click using PayPal. You have to click use PayPal, but you do not have to have a PayPal account. Other ways you can give is by the birthday/Facebook fundraisers on Facebook. Those help tremendously. If you do those, set them high. Don't be afraid to set them high, please. A lot of you, I guess, are shy and asking. I've seen $50 and $150 ones. Don't be afraid to put it up there, $5,000, $2,000, whatever. And if you put it on the Dysfunctional Veterans Facebook visitors section and DV6 sees it, he tries to get them up. No promises that yours will make it there, but he does try. Also, other ways is smile.amazon.com. Make DV Farm your charity of choice. When you check out, a portion of your shopping cart, no extra cost to you, no hidden fees, goes directly to the DV Farm. Again, that's smile.amazon.com. Just make DV Farm your charity of choice. You can also send gift cards for Home Depot and stuff like that. The address is at the bottom of dvfarm.org. It's right there at the bottom. You cannot miss it. I made sure that you could not miss it. I've got the email and the address and both. So if you miss it, that's on you guys. But that's just a few ways you can do that. If you guys want to do, and there's the house phone again that Google heard earlier. And it's DV6. Of course, DV6 calls while I'm on the air. What's up, DV6? You're on the air. I can't hear him. He got the wrong time. What? I can barely hear you.
Oh my goodness.
We can barely hear you.
I can't hear him at all.
Yeah, Okay, well, I'm going to go back and do the show because there's a lot of dead air right now. I'm listening. Okay, all right. Well, you roll in and go to bed then, there, 6. I think he hung up on me. I didn't hear anything. He's like, listen. I'm rolling in and going to bed. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah, apparently DV6 is about to roll in. And if you have any dead air for me, it's because the dogs are barking up a storm.
Yay. So exciting.
Right. So, yeah.
Did Six get his name, call sign by knowing his sixth sense and avoiding storms and staying ahead of them? Is that how that worked?
No.
Just thought I'd ask. He, like you said, he seems to miss out on the big ones.
I know. I don't like it.
So, Google, is there anything that's been happening at the farm this week that you'd like to tell everybody? Because we are not going to have DV6 on tonight, and I bet that's him again.
Well, I'm not really part of like the day-to-day operations. 6 is really the one to talk to. I mean, they're all doing good, and we'll be getting started on the barn soon.
Sorry, 6 decided to call me again and answer Oink's question about how he became known as DV6.
So
We're just killing dead air there, 6. I was just making a pun. That's all.
I swear to God, if he calls me back.
I take it he's been listening to the show.
Yeah, but apparently he got the wrong time when he called me. Like,
Oh my God.
You're listening to the podcast, young man.
Oh, God. Oh, man. I'm waiting for someone else to start commenting on the podcast.
Like now he's calling the house phone.
Ah!
I'm not going to answer it.
Oh.
And he knows this.
Straight shutdown on 6.
Well, that involves me getting up and going to get the phone, and I'm not doing it. Man, it's bad enough I can't answer a question about the farm.
Oh my God.
No, so yeah, we'll be starting to build the stalls in the next week or two. And then the projection is that it'll take about 2 to 3 months to complete the building because our farm manager, while he's building, he's going to have to teach the guys some things as well. And we're talking about doing some Saturdays as well. He'll just need to, farm manager will just need to give me some dates that work for him. So once I have those, we can maybe put some out there if someone is capable of that type of thing. Yeah. That's about all that's going on here.
Sounds fucking interesting.
It's not very.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're finally getting the stalls built and stuff for the horses. Yeah, I mean we've been planning this for how many years? every time something would come up or something would get in the way or
I know, right?
something would get kicked back but you know what, we never let it get us down. That's how we work. We can't
If
get
it's
one.
DV, it's not quick.
Snoogie Pass said, at least this is being recorded. The detectives will want to know what led you to his demise. Talking about DV6.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that does remind me. When 6 was leaving, right? Because the truck was still in the shop, obviously he couldn't use the truck to move the camper closer. So they got creative, and the farm manager kind of sort of used the backhoe to move the camper. It was very slow going. And then when they were all done, they realized they could have just used the farm manager's truck.
So, while moving the camper, they took it upon themselves to do some landscaping.
No, but because we got all this fucking snow, the mud was already bad. Now it's going to be even worse because the snow is now going to have to melt too. Yeah, the freaking 1 to 3 inches we were getting really turned into like 5 to 8.
So are you guys snowed in, or is it just...
No, I mean, we cleared it, obviously.
No, I mean, not literally snowed in. Is it one of those snows where you shouldn't go out in, or is it one of those snows that's like...
Oh, no,
eh.
it's fine.
Gotcha.
I've already been out today.
I told the snow to fuck you, I'm going out.
Pretty much.
Can't stop me, I'm going out, girl, shit.
I was trying to be one of those, like, super duper annoying people that doesn't clean all the snow off their car. Then I was like, yeah, I hate those people.
I was behind somebody one time. I think it was when we were in Bragg, and it had snowed when we were getting ready to deploy, and they had one of those baggage, the luggage rails on top. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And it was the one that goes in front and back, not side to side. So all of that snow had gotten caught under the back rail, and we're getting ready to hit the freeway coming off of Bragg, and that son of a bitch must have like hit a pothole or something. Every bit of that snow let loose and hit the fucking windshield, and I was like, I was like, you motherfucker, you better be glad there was no ice, no rocks, nothing in that son of a bitch and fucking snow, because I was pissed. I mean, you don't think snow sounds bad, or loud, I should say, but when it hits a car windshield going about 65, it sounds like a fucking rock hit it. I was like, oh my god.
Especially if it's that wet, heavy stuff, too. You know, that doesn't help matters.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, it had snowed for a few nights, and this was probably frozen snow at this point. It probably had it iced over and shit. Because when it hit, you could see it just break apart. It didn't go, it like broke. It all came out in one fucking sheet and went, whoof. And I was like, oh, that just fucking happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just glad I wasn't on base, because I would have probably lost my shit on base.
Well, this all started yesterday with just like some heavy wet snow. Like, it wasn't sticking or anything. But then it turned into some rain. And so like it was just a muddy mess. And then it turned into actual snow overnight.
Yeah, I hate those wet snows, especially. What we have a problem with in North Carolina is when it sleets and the temperature drops just a little bit, enough for snow to mix in. That is the worst mix ever, is sleet and snow. I mean, especially where we live. You've been to our house, Giggle. Right. I mean, it's basically a fucking mudslide out here when it snows or rains.
Pretty much.
So Alaska breakup season. That's exactly what we got going on right now.
Oh, I made a post the other day. I said something about it's Alaska. It's a breakup season in Alaska. If you have someone that you want to claim, you better do it now before it's over, or something like that. Nobody got it. Nobody on my friends list got it.
Figures.
Well, that's those.
It's an Alaska thing. I understand.
It's an Alaskan thing.
We are definitely quite unique up here, needless to say. More ways than one.
Just a little. Oh, man.
Just the two of us.
It's a little crazy. I was going to say something, but I forgot what.
See, that means that DV6 has rubbed off on you too much. Because now you're taking a spot on the show.
No, that's not true. It's not true.
So I did get an update actually it was yesterday. It would have been yesterday. On the 22nd, the contractor called, said he is now the county called him and said he's now able to go pick up the permits, and he couldn't go get them yesterday because they called so fucking late, and by the time he got to our county, it would have been closed. But,
Figures.
so he's going to go Monday, get the permits. He's got to get a few things out here in the yard marked, and we should be breaking ground sometime by Wednesday. Funny enough, Wednesday I get more teeth pulled, so I won't be here to see the breaking of the ground probably if that's the date they decide to do it. But yeah, so hopefully we get to start next week. If not, I'll let all you guys know. But
well, like I said earlier, if it's DV, it's definitely not quick.
Well, it is an acronymic fucking company. Fucking yeah. Anyway.
Oh, man.
Yeah, everybody's like, so you're getting what you want? And I'm like, no, because the VA tells me what I want. Yeah, so if you don't understand what I'm saying, for those of you listening, I need basically a walk-in shower, a roll-in shower, because I can't stand in the shower and all. And me and my contractor were going to get an ADA already built compliant shower. Turns out the VA will not allow that because it has to be built. So instead of saving $6,000 to $8,000 on what the VA is giving us, we have to buy and build a fucking shower from the ground up. So you have to have the support structure, you have to lower it, you have to jack it, all that good shit. So that's nice.
So you are getting the shower or you're not?
We don't get the ADA already built compliant shower. Like, they have them on their website and that they sell that's already built for up to $1,000. Very cheap,
Gotcha.
But they're very nice and they're sturdy and they're ADA compliant. However, the VA does not approve that, so you have to build it.
Of course they don't.
Yeah. But you can have what you guys want.
Something that makes sense.
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, thanks for that, VA. Give me what I want, but make sure it's what you want first. That's how we roll.
Yeah, right.
That's how we roll, baby, roll. Oh, speaking of which, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about people redoing songs and stuff, and I brought up, what is it, the Cleverly's Low. Do you guys remember that?
I remember you mentioning it, yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. I think, let's see, Cleverly's. There we go. I couldn't spell.
Now you sound like 6.
You gotta hear this just a little bit.
Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. Shorty got them apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shorty got low.
So yeah, they were on a news station, probably a few years ago, and the news anchor introduces them, and he's like, "We're going to play an old mountain favorite called Low," and I was like, "Oh my god, no, he just did not." And they start playing that. I was like, this is the greatest fucking thing ever. And, they do the whole, she turned around and all this shit, and she slapped that hand against that booty or whatever it is, and I'm like, oh my god, they just put that on national fucking television. And these motherfuckers fell for it. They fell for every little bit. It was fucking hilarious. I think it's on YouTube. So if you want to look that up, the Cleverly's Low, it's fucking hilarious just to see that news anchor at the beginning. We've got a bluegrass band here. Really? Is that what they are?
That's funny.
Oh my god. And the faces of the guys playing is just hilarious because they're getting into it, and then you got one who's like staring off into space playing, and I'm like, dude. You got trolled so bad.
Gotta love it.
Right. I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Well then.
Right. Oh, me. Ooh. I'm crying right
Six
now.
is listening to the show. He
Uh-huh.
sent me a text. And said, "Stop being like me. You're the smart one, and I can't remember my password on my phone to get into chat."
Oh my god.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And you know what?
Password or
Well, what's sad is I've made him
You know, he's
16 different accounts.
yeah, now he's calling.
I've changed his password to something he can remember. I've added stuff so he can remember it. I've taken stuff away. I've deleted and remade accounts, and he still cannot remember his fucking account.
Oh, goodness.
Well, when you got 16 of them, I mean...
Right? I remember, I don't know if you guys remember the episode that we had the chat before this on. He actually says his password while he's typing it out. I was like, are you kidding me? OPSEC, motherfucker. OPSEC.
They don't understand that.
What's the OPSEC mean, man?
The funny thing is, you delete it out of chat, and then it'd be right back in chat the very next line.
Right? I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And it was his actual fucking password. This wasn't a joke. It was his actual password. Like, every keystroke. Verbatim. Would it be verbatim or text batim? Or masturbatum? Well, since Six is listening in, we've got a little treat for him tonight. Hold on 1 second.
He'll be like, "Fuck you, Bo."
He's like, "You son of a bitch!" Ah! Can't wait to hear him pull into the yard now.
You can do donuts in your front yard just to prove a point, damn it.
He could probably do that right now without even trying. It's probably so damn wet out there. It's not even funny. Oh, he's calling the house. I bet that's him. I'll Garrett. Oh, yep, that's him. That's
Fuck you, Bo.
him.
I can't
That's
believe
him.
you did that. Fuck
You're
you,
welcome.
Bo. I think he's lonely. Six, are you lonely? Is that why you
You're
keep
welcome,
calling
Six.
everybody?
Do you want me to call you on Zoom?
What kind of question is that?
Oh, he's less than an hour out. Okay.
Ooh. So
Everybody's
he's
awake.
gonna be there? So he's
Okay.
gonna get to your house just before the show ends.
Yeah, well, the dogs will start barking before we can recognize your truck, so.
Oh, man.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go back to the show that's actually live.
God.
All right, later.
Did you ask him if he's lonely and that's why he...
I'm trying to stick to the itinerary. You keep fucking it up. This fucking guy. This fucking
Well, he's got to
guy.
do something.
He's
If he's
probably
driving, that's why.
He's trying to stay awake.
That's
what
why
it
he's
is.
listening to the show, and
I
but he
know.
wants to interject and be part of it, and he can't be because he's driving. I remember what he told me earlier. He said, so I talked to him earlier and he said that when he was going through New York State, he wasn't going to take the GW Bridge, but then he looked at the map and decided that the GW Bridge was an hour faster than taking the Tappan Zee. And since it's Saturday, there's no tolls. Well, then he got on a phone call and got distracted and missed his turn and got stuck on the Parkway in New Jersey all the way through, which is like $80 fucking in tolls when you're pulling something. Yeah. I'm like, good job. And then another time he was on the phone and he got distracted and couldn't look for like a Pilot gas station or Flying J. And so by the time he realized it, he was down to like 30 gallons of gas. I mean, 30 miles worth of gas that he could still drive.
Oh, very nice.
I know. And then when I was on the phone with him, while he's telling me all this stuff, he tells me that he got, he was trying to get off the highway, and he had to let me go so he wouldn't get confused and lost and stuff, and too distracted.
Hey, I can't laugh. I've been there, done that. On the way back from Frankfurt, Germany, there's one exit and one sign for Kaiserslautern where Bramstein's at. And of course, I have my mother-in-law riding shotgun because I just picked her up from Frankfurt International. We're headed to have her first grandchild born, there in Germany. And of course, I'm talking to her about all the changes and stuff that's happened in Germany and how me and the wife has gotten along. And I missed the exit. All of a sudden, I'm hauling ass doing about 100 miles an hour, because it's the Autobahn. And we go across this 2-mile bridge, and on the opposite side, there's an accident. And of course, traffic is backed up. I didn't go across no 2-mile bridge headed into Frankfurt, so long story short, I was way out of range, I was now in East Germany instead of West Germany. So, yeah, we had to take a bunch of back roads, and she's trying to navigate and pronounce some German names of cities and roads, and it didn't work out too well. We did finally make it home, but it was about 2 hours later than normal. And, of course, like I said, the wife was pregnant. She was 9 months pregnant. I called her from one of the German payphones. She's like, yeah, I'm starting to have some Braxton Hicks, I think. Cause I'm like, oh, shit. So, yeah, it was needless to say, I never let that down, lived that down. She still reminds me.
Yeah, but Braxton Hicks contractions are not actual contractions.
Yes, those are good ones, though, right? But she just said she was having contractions at the time, which we didn't know. So
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call them good contractions.
Well, no. She wasn't actually physically going into labor at that point. Let's put it that way. So
right. So in that sense, yes, they're good contractions.
Yes,
they're good ones.
Yes, but yeah. Yeah, needless to say, my mother-in-law doesn't like my driving anymore.
I wonder
it's
why.
All good. It's all good.
I wonder why.
Yeah. There's not much she does like about me, but it's okay.
Odd.
So the names of the roads actually came natural to her. The Heisenbison. So I can about oink. You're supposed to make a turn at the Heisenbison, Uschenbison. But so while you're all trying to figure out what the fuck I said because I really didn't say nothing, we're gonna get a break. We're gonna come back. Google's got some shit that she wants to talk about in the next part that I really didn't go over. So you're gonna have to tell us all about it. You're listening to Barracks Talk right here on DVRadio.net. DV Radio.
WDVR to Purple Fart Box. Status. Over. Oh, boss. What's snafu here?
Snafu. Situation normal. All fouled up.
Coming soon from our very own Snafu. Every branch has it.
Grab and give me push-ups.
No one wants to be in.
You will continue to do push-ups until you learn to address me as first sergeant. Is that clear?
The Snafu Music Hour.
Where the hell have you been, soldier?
Right here on WDVR DVRadio.net.
That's a fact, Jack!
Stay tuned to DVRadio.net for more information.
These are exactly the kind of go-getters I want working on my EM50 project in Italy.
You're listening to WDVR, only on DVRadio.net.
You are listening to DVRadio.net. This is Barracks Talk. I'm Boner Wood. We got Oink and Google still with us. No DV6 recoil. And Marquis is not with us tonight. Marquis, he abandoned us. He abandoned us all, man. Like, he left, man. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do anymore. Like, I feel so lost without him up in here. Like,
yeah, I've been wondering where the fuck he's at.
I'm getting low up in here. Yeah. So, how was the break?
It was good.
Is it wash or wash?
Wash.
Wash.
There's R in that word.
Yeah, we were just talking about that in chat. For those of you who don't know, yeah, we were talking about that in our own personal chat over here. None of us can stand hearing wash, and I'm from the fucking South, so.
I don't get it. My mom's from Illinois, born and raised there, so I don't know.
That shit always drove me nuts living in Jersey. Oh my god, I'm like, where the fuck is the R in wash? Like, can you please tell me?
I did my washing. What?
Like, yeah.
Don't you do?
My clothes.
Don't
like,
you do
what
no?
the fuck does that mean?
Don't you do no Sunday washing now? That's God's day. At washing now, that's working.
I mean, there's other words that people add in letters that just don't exist. I mean, it's bad enough that we have words where there's the silent letters. But I'm like, why the fuck is it there?
Like Illinois. Yeah.
Like, my God. Why have a letter that you're not going to say?
Yeah. Like Orleans. That's actually pronounced New Orleans, not New Orleans. Never understood that.
Well, I just say New Orleans because that's how it's written. I mean, Massachusetts is horrible for that because you got Worcester, and it's WORCESTER. But it's pronounced Worcester, just like Leominster is LEOMINSTER.
Well, at least Mississippi looks and sounds correct.
I always thought you'd say Mississippi because that's how people say it. Not me.
Well, hell no.
I know people that say Mississippi. I'm like there's another I in there somewhere.
I remember when I was in school, we had this spelling competition, and somebody was going to be a smartass and try to spell Mississippi backwards. They fucked it all up. Like, they fucked it up so bad. And the IPPISSIM. You forgot an ISS. It's IPPISSISSIM.
See, there you go, Mississippi.
And that's how the word was born.
I actually, speaking of which, I actually won that little spelling competition because of that. I think they actually missed an ISS and added an I that didn't need to be there. And I was like, well, you're a dumbass.
God.
But yeah. So we've
I always felt smart when I spelled xylophone correct.
Today's Barracks Talk is brought to you by the word wash.
And the letter S and I and I P.
MISSISSIPPI So, Google, you have some topics that you wanted to talk about during this part of the show.
Yes, because we never have like an actual itinerary for the second part of the show since we haven't had any guests on lately.
There's an itinerary. It just says...
Actually, the reason we don't have a second part anymore is because everybody used to put their 2 cents in during the pre-show and the week leading up to the show, and nobody ever does that anymore, so it's left to me. And I got tired of doing it because everybody banked on me to give them fucking ideas. And I'm not doing it anymore. So I said, fuck you all.
I was actually referring to the fact that we haven't had guests on, and that's why we haven't had an itinerary for the second part of the show.
Well, the reason we haven't had guests on is because a lot of them's been busy at the beginning of the year.
No, I understand that.
No, I'm letting the people know.
During the week, I was listening to it, and I'm like, ooh, we can talk about these things.
I was letting the people know. The American people. The American people.
We have.
We went up.
Right,
we went up from 2.
It's a brand new world that we live in. And apparently, I still don't like the term millennials because when someone says
I bet her computer just shat crap everywhere. Yeah. I'm about guaranteeing that because in about, I don't know, a minute, we're going to hear from her in host chat telling us,
fuck my goddamn computer, it's crashed again. Son of a bitch, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it. I just had it fucking fixed.
I hope everything's okay over there, Google.
Send us a sign. Send us a sign you're okay.
Okay.
Oh, there, she's back.
Well, that was odd.
Her computer didn't shit on her.
I know. I'm talking, and all of a sudden, the fucking spinny thing is up for Zoom. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
The spinny thing is up.
I'm like, this is bullshit. All right. So 3 in 5 millennials say that life is more stressful now than ever before. I'm not sure how, because, I mean, these kids have not been alive for very long.
Well, I can and I can't disagree. I'm on, like, the fence on this one. I'll let you go ahead and get out what you're getting ready to.
Well, it's all between slow Wi-Fi to broken phone screens to 0 likes on social media. Everyday stressors are causing young adults to have struggles falling asleep 138 nights each year. That's a lot of fucking nights. Now, there is a, like, top 20 list of stressful scenarios reported by millennials. And I'm sorry, but some of these are just ridiculous. Like, number 20 stressful scenario is washing dishes.
Oh my god, no way.
Oh my god, I've got to get the Dawn dishwashing detergent and put it into the water. Oh my god.
It is very, very stressful. Choosing what to wear is number 19. Come on. I get up in the morning, I take a shower, I throw on jeans and a t-shirt, and I'm out the door.
Now, see, I don't get that one because McDonald's gives you uniforms.
I know.
Oh, never mind. My bad.
But I don't know if I should wear my neon green or my neon pink thong today.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Number 14 is your phone screen breaking.
I don't have that problem. Fuck you smartphone users.
And you know what's funny? One of the guys, he dropped his phone today and it cracked the screen, and or yesterday, the rest of the day that I was around him, that's all I heard about. And in my head, I'm like, this is why you get a fucking case for your phone. So that when you drop it, it doesn't break.
Well,
it's not rocket science.
Well, or you can just not drop it.
Well, that too. But, you know.
Or throw it. Not that I'm guilty of that.
Well, you sure as hell can't slam it closed anymore unless you got a flip phone like me.
But your phone screen breaking for millennials is more stressful than the check engine light coming on.
See, that stresses me the fuck out. Is seeing a light on the car come on the fucking panel. I'm like, okay, why is it coming on? It didn't come on 5 minutes ago. Now it's all of a sudden on. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Right? Neither of those two, phone screen breaking and your check engine light coming on, are as stressful as forgetting your phone charger. That is number 10 on their top 20 list. Forgetting your phone charger, to me, is way less stressful than my check engine light. When that light comes on, unless I know what the light is, I'm like,
This list sounds like it was built for a certain someone that I know.
Well, no, and the funny thing is I'm looking at the list now. The forgetting the phone charger is number 10. But fuck it, they're not worried about their job. That's number 18. They don't get it. That's job security.
I know.
McDonald's. I just go to Wendy's next door. Who cares? They give me uniforms too.
No.
I'll go to Patreon.
Forgetting the phone charger is also less stressful than, is also more stressful than job interviews or paying your bills.
Wow.
If you don't have a job, you can't pay your bills.
See,
I don't care if I have my phone charger with me at that point.
I was on
your electricity bill, damn it.
I was on the fence. I was on the fence of being for and against this until I heard the list. See, I thought it was talking about, like, testing and shit like that in schools.
No.
You kids can go fuck yourselves.
I know, right?
You don't fucking know what stress is.
Well, if they forget their phone charger, then they'll be really, really stressed when their phone dies.
Because that's number 7.
And then they'll be even more stressed because they'll be pissed off and break their phone screen.
Well, but then that goes to number 14, your phone screen breaking, which is not very stressful. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. You're adding on to the stress factors as you go up the totem pole. You forgot your charger, so your phone dies, and then you get pissed off and you break your screen. So what wasn't as stressful to begin with becomes ultra fucking stressful because now you gotta figure out a way to buy a fucking new phone because you lost your job because that wasn't stressful enough.
Me personally, this would be higher on the list than number 9 because I believe that credit card fraud would be way more stressful than my phone dying or forgetting passwords to log into accounts. I mean, credit card fraud is pretty fucking serious business.
These kids don't understand what fraud is. They think it's a fucking cartoon character.
I know, right? Oh my god. It's ridiculous. Let's see. I'm not one, I don't like sitting in traffic, but it happens. But that's a very stressful scenario for millennials. That is number 3. Commute or traffic delays.
I hate sitting in traffic. Not gonna lie, I hate sitting in a car, but I don't get stressed out about it unless I'm sick.
Now, here's my thing, though. Commute and traffic delays on the stress meter is number 3. Arriving late to work is number 5. But if you're arriving late to work because of traffic delays, then your boss is going to be like, you should have fucking left your house earlier.
And
Why
then you're
didn't
going
you call? I didn't have a charger. My phone was dead.
Then number 18 is going to. Then number 18 is going to jump to number 1 because fuck your job.
I know, right? The most stressful scenario reported is losing your wallet or credit card.
Okay, that's not that stressful to me, but it is. You know what I mean?
I'm like, yeah, but you just fucking call the bank and cancel your credit card.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if I've got cash in there, yeah, I'm gonna be worried about that fucking cash. But everything else, I'm like, fuck it.
Well, these days, how many people still walk around with cash in their pocket?
I'd raise my hand, but you can't see it.
I mean, right, like I do. 6 does. You know, I never have a lot of cash. It's, you know, but it's enough to like...
It's an emergency situation, basically.
Right, like, but it's, you know, for most of these kids, they're not walking around with cash in their pocket anyway. So you lose your wallet, you call the fucking credit card company, and you call your bank.
This quote-unquote millennial list was probably made by some spoiled brat who just got out of high school and made a blog and has like 2 million YouTube subscribers and probably made 30 cents per word writing that, and they were like, I'm going to draw this out as far as I can.
Well, this is the top 20. There are some things that did not make the list, such as arriving first to a party. Apparently that's stressful. 22% of participants found that experience to be more than brutal than a job interview. So let's see.
What?
So I arrive first at a party is worse than trying to get a job.
I don't understand the experience. I don't understand the experience thing. Say that again.
So these participants are saying that they find that if they arrive first at a party, that is more stressful to them than a job interview.
But you said something about experience in job interview.
Right. It says, researchers compiled the top 20 list of stressors for millennials, and though arriving first to a party did not make the list, 22% of participants find that experience to be more brutal than a job interview.
Experience is more brutal.
22% of the people that took this test found the experience of arriving first to a party more stressful than a job interview.
Oh my god.
35% of them find that sticking to plans is more stressful than missing out on them.
What? What kind of plans do these kids make? Let's see how many fucking shots I can take next week. Oh, I can't miss that. That's at 8 o'clock sharp.
I know, right? Like, what? Oh, man. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And, of course, getting 0 likes on a social media post is a very stress-inducing experience.
Fucking hell.
1 in 5 agreed to that. I'm like, oh my god, getting into an argument with a partner was the second greatest source of stress for participants. 1/3 feel that having their phone die is a more miserable scenario than seeing a fraudulent charge on their credit card bill. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. And for good measure, the researchers found that the average remaining battery percentage for when millennials begin to feel stress is 23%. So when their phone is down to 23% battery life, they hope that they have a phone charger with them. Otherwise, they're going to die.
That's why I have a flip phone. I don't have to see the fucking percentage of my battery. I just see it turn red, and I'm like, oh, need to charge it.
That's what I do. I'm like, oh, we're right now. My phone is at 83%. Okay, well, it'll last for like another 6 days.
And maybe if they would stop, trying to get a like on every fucking social media post and taking pictures every time they shit, or looking at every fucking Candy Crush game add-on there is, maybe their fucking battery would last longer than 2 fucking hours.
Yeah, right? 30% of participants, or those surveyed, agreed that slow Wi-Fi was more stressful than slow traffic, even though commute and traffic delays by the majority is more stressful than slow Wi-Fi. That's why slow Wi-Fi is number 6 on the list, and traffic delays is number 3.
I just get pissed off when I have slow internet, period.
I know.
I don't get stressed. I don't get stressed. I get pissed the fuck off.
Yeah.
No.
Same here.
You can tell.
So, the good thing, I guess, is that half of the survey respondents said they don't feel they deal with stress well in general. So that's a plus. At least they're aware. Now they just need to find more coping methods.
I thought that's why they came out with fidget spinners. That was the fucking point of fucking fidget spinners, to fucking relax your fucking millennial stupidity.
Well,
God damn.
That's not how this works.
What happened to just fucking sitting there, taking a deep breath, watching TV, and relaxing?
Yeah, right? I don't know, but yeah. So the other topic that I wanted to discuss is, So Amherst College in Massachusetts had on their main website, their college, like homepage, they had a common language document posted. And when the president of the college found out, she took it down and she made a statement, and she's like, this is not the view of the entire college, rah, rah, rah. But that's not the point. The Common Language Guide basically explains or gives definitions for certain phrases and words and stuff. Like, hold on. I'm trying to find the one that I really wanted to talk about, but of course now I can't fucking find it. God damn it. Well, oppression is predicated upon access to institutional power. Marginalized communities do not have access to institutional power. That's what this whole oppression thing is, according to these people. I mean, this is like fucking 40 pages long. This is a lot of stuff. And some of it is absolutely ridiculous, like totally insane.
Yeah, the more and more I looked at it, the more and more I got pissed off at it. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean,
there's no other way to put it. I mean,
there's so many fucking things on there. It's insane. I'm trying to find. I thought I had linked the photo too that I had seen in regards to this, but okay, here it is. So these are just some of them, like global citizenship, a concept that illustrates one's rights and obligations as being rooted beyond the specifics of one's own country or beyond the rights and obligations of one's national citizenship, often overlooks factors such as systemic oppression, economic exploitation, and power imbalance, thereby failing to acknowledge and address the realities of international relationships driving the global north and global south divide. I didn't realize there was a global north and global south divide.
Oh, there is. You know, that racism, it's very prominent in the globals.
I didn't realize.
They even explain male privilege. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, you know, they're like, you gotta watch that toxic manscaping-linity.
I was gonna say, is that explained in there?
I'm looking for it, and I do not see it.
Well, maybe somewhere else. I'll take a look for it too. Toxic manscaping.
Sorry, I went to hit exit and I hit space bar. And rim shot was the one
So it would be. At least, you know, like some of these sexual and romantic identities are explained properly, I guess. Although, I don't know why there's a biphobia. I mean, the explanation for that is myriad behaviors, beliefs, and attitudes that can include hatred, discomfort, fear, erasure, and or violence against or towards people who identify or are perceived as bisexual, non-monosexual, etc., that manifest interpersonally, institutionally, and systemically. And I'm not going to read the rest of this stuff. I didn't realize that there is a thing as biphobia. Womanism is a term coined by Alice Walker, referring to African American women's need to create a movement centered on their needs. So, oh, look at that. There's white feminism.
I'm so confused right now because I was talking to my mom because she's getting ready to go lay down, and I just came in on white feminism.
So hold on. There's white feminism. There's post-feminism.
Wait, what? Ridiculous. What the fuck is post-feminism? That's like post-war.
Feminism. Post-feminism means distancing oneself from feminism while simultaneously championing the empowerment of individual women. The premise of post-feminism is that we have moved beyond feminism and that sexism and misogyny are no longer operating.
I have to agree with Spooky Cat, who's in chat right now, and said academia has entirely too much fucking time on their hands. This is all bullshit.
Here, I'm going to drop the link in chat. There you go. So you can go through this common language dictionary and, yeah, take it from there.
Be educated.
I know, right?
Like my favorite here of definition of packing.
Ooh!
The act of wearing padding or a prosthesis to give the appearance of having a penis.
Ooh, they have fragility.
And then
Fragile, get it? A Christmas Story? That's what I thought of.
Well, then they also have Packer, a phallic object worn in the underwear to give the appearance of having a penis. So what's the fucking difference between
I always knew those
packing
Green. I always knew those Green Bay people were a little off.
They actually have to tell you what a stereotype is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matters is also in there, in case you're wondering.
God damn. Heterosexism. Really?
Her story. Ooh, I like this. Her story, but it's all one word.
Color blindness is on this shit. Colorism? What the fuck is color? Really? Really?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know how we've always been hearing about toxic masculinity? This has healthy masculinity.
Oh my god.
An aspirational concept that poses the question, what does masculinity look like if it's done at no one's expense? People who embody healthy masculinity work in solidarity with marginalized gender identities to end gender-based oppression. They have an understanding of how their masculinity is impactful and do the work of healing, undoing, and preventing harm.
Now, I'm not sure how you're supposed to enunciate this word, but I would enunciate it either aromantic or aromantic. But
Aromantic.
Either way, it's an identity term for a person who experiences little to no romantic attraction to others and or has a lack of interest in romantic relationships, activities, or connections. That's the exact opposite of what we would call aro-fucking-mantic.
No!
You fucking retarded academia motherfuckers. Einstein is rolling over in his fucking grave right now. So is Stephen fucking Hawking. Go fuck yourselves, academiacs.
There's fragile masculinity too. But I didn't see toxic masculinity. My God. You are correct. People have too much fucking time on their hands.
I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this one that is CISHETERO normativity, a pervasive system of belief on an individual, systemic, and ideologic level, that being cisgender and heterosexual, straight, and associated ways of being in the world, life path, material desires, family, kinship structures, political, social goals, etc., are the default and normal. Get over yourselves, people. Fucking live your fucking life and stop worrying about what the fuck is right and wrong. There is no fucking right or wrong. It's what society makes it. Fuck is not a bad word. Society made it a bad word. There you go. So go fuck yourselves.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Yes,
this
Cat.
Whole thing, I found toxic masculinity, by the way.
Spooky Cat goes, we needed a term for A-romantic. Actually, it's not A-romantic. It's one fucking word. Back in the day, we just assumed they were closeted gay and left them alone, she said. They even have the term fag on that list, and I didn't want to read it because I didn't want to get pissed off at what a fag is, according to them.
Beer's in there too.
Cigarette.
Jesus. A fag is a cigarette or a bundle of twigs, according to what part of the world you're in.
Hey, you know,
Ow, that fucking burger is hot. Sorry.
For this one, for ally, it says see allyship.
See allyship.
So you couldn't even make up a definition? Just see the next one down.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Son of a
Mythos. Car City.
Okay, what's your next topic? Because this is really pissing everybody off, I think.
Yes, Bo, that's why I quit reading the damn terms.
Yeah, I closed it. I've only got 3 tabs open now. I burned my fingers on a goddamn burger. So, there you go.
Well, at least we can laugh about it.
I don't know if I should right now or not. They might get fucking offended by that.
Oh.
Oh my God. Jeez, this fucking world, man. This fucking world.
Okay, so I have some insider information. So we were talking before the pre-show, or before the show, during the pre-show, about the fact that yesterday was our pickup day for our trash, but they never came and picked up the trash. And so I know a guy that works for the company.
I'm sorry. I know a guy.
I know. So I know a guy that works for the company. And I mentioned it to him and he was like, I'll take a look real quick. So he did. And his response was, road was posted, truck couldn't pass, is already rescheduled for Monday. So I said, posted? He goes, yes, when the town posed weight limits on a road, our truck exceeded that limit. And I'm like, well, I guess they won't be picking up our trash until mud season is over because that 6-ton sign is never going to leave.
Nice. Oh, I've got a meme here for you, Oink. It's got a picture of a cat. Dear mother-in-law, stop telling me how to raise my kids. I live with one of yours, and I've seen your work.
I ought to print that out. Nah, better not.
Who's been farting?
I don't know who the fuck it is.
Anyway, he or she put, where's that world-ending meteorite? Can it please speed up?
Well, the Mayan calendar was wrong, so we don't fucking know when. Thank you, Nostradamus and Mayans, for fucking our world up.
What a surprise.
Yesterday, all my troubles had gone away.
Oh, man. This shit is ridiculous. I know. How many years do we have left on this 12-year? Oh, that's right. The world ended 15 years ago. I forgot. Oh, my God.
I'm trying not to eat with my mouth full because Google hates that, but...
I do hate that. But
what happened to the third topic that you had?
No, I only had two. I had 3 links, but the 2 links were like the same topic. I just didn't feel like going through the whole start.
Oh, gotcha.
On the topic. Right.
This burger is good, by the way.
Woohoo!
Num, num, num.
Is it a cheeseburger, medium well, or medium rare, or burnt to a crisp?
Sorry, I don't like my food moving in my mouth. It's not sushi last time I checked.
So it's burnt to a crisp.
In your words, yes.
Well, that's how you eat your steak, too, so it doesn't surprise me that that's how burgers.
If you ate a well-done burger or steak that was made correctly, you would like it.
No, because it'd be well done.
No,
there's
you'd
nothing.
Like
it. I mean, it's got to be sort of bloody.
No, it doesn't.
Oh man.
Don't worry, Bo. Wife likes it that way too. Well done.
Yep, that's the way it was meant to be. Yep. Yesterday, all my troubles had gone away. I don't know why that song is stuck in my head. God damn. But, anyway, so Up in Arms podcast was not new this past week, but it will be next week. We're going to have like 5 or 6 shows back to back next Thursday because Wednesday I get my teeth. Yeah, because Wednesday I get my teeth pulled and I'm not going to want to do shit Thursday. So that's why that's happening. Media Litter Sandwich, we're working on getting them back here and syndicated on DV Radio. Probably going to be after next week, seeing as how I got a lot of shit going on next week, and DV6 is going to be here, so.
Hey, you're going to have a, whatchamacallit, marathon.
Up in Arms Marathon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Thursday. That's how you should have said it.
I didn't want to say that.
Well, that would have been faster.
We're DV Radio. We do things differently. DV Radio, not your cookie cutter online radio station.
Storm, you lay down any further on my feet, you'll be in my chair.
I got a hair on my fucking glasses, and I'm blowing it off, and it keeps coming back.
But I told Storm what I said. He gave a big sigh.
Well, it's like I told Daisy to sit earlier so she could have a piece of bread, and she goes, and sits down finally and looks at me like, you're making me sit to eat. Yeah. It's like, damn.
Ooh. The Iraq War began 16 years ago today.
Yesterday.
That means that 16 years ago today, I was on active duty.
I don't know what I was doing 16 years ago today. I was probably doing something.
Well, I was preparing to go overseas.
I was in Idaho fighting me some taters.
Gotta hold you back, but I can't do it.
Oh, man.
Sad I was there for 9 years, almost half my career.
You was with the Idaho?
Yes, sir. I was out there in the Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho for 9 years.
Well, that sounds
good times. You know, it wasn't bad when I first got there. It was the whole experimental Air Force thing where they were trying out having everything at one base, the bombers, the tankers, the fighters. Well, it didn't work out, obviously.
I thought the Air Force was still an experiment.
Well, it's definitely an experiment, I'll give you that. The business concept is still proven. Definitely not a military branch, I don't think, anymore.
Some of the things I've heard, I'm like, no, that's not military. That's definitely not military.
Yeah. At the 15-year mark is like, okay, I can do 5 years and get the fuck out of Dodge, and I did. 20 years, 21 days, and it was 21 days too damn long. I'm not going to lie to you.
So, I was going through my newsfeed on Facebook, and I saw this meme, and it says, everybody Google Florida man followed by your birthday and tell me what you get. The person that posted it said his is Florida man tries to attack neighbor with tractor. So, stupid me Googled Florida man March 2nd, and what shows up? Florida man used Instagram to lure teen across state lines and assault her. I'm like, great. That just made me feel so much better.
Wow.
Come on. And then there's also but then there's a story in USA Today, and it says, this is why everyone is Googling Florida man and their birthday. And it says, let's face it, there's a little bit of Florida man in all of us. At least, that's the idea behind the Florida Man Challenge, a viral social media joke that plays upon the plight of Florida residents who find themselves in strange predicaments and sometimes in handcuffs. I'm like, great.
Well, the first 3 stories I have are just fucking hilarious. Florida man, worst superhero ever. Florida man, claiming to be an agent of God, caught carrying rattlesnake in Jacksonville Beach. Florida man who allegedly threatened family with Coldplay in standoff after police offer him pizza. What the fuck?
All right, so everyone in radio chat, go Google Florida man and your birthday, and just the day, like March 2nd, not the year that you were born. And show us these funny headlines.
Florida man disguised as Spider-Man steals liquor and cigarettes. What the fuck?
This guy says what?
Or as Spider-Man.
Oh, God.
And then he goes and steals liquor and cigarettes. Like, really? Really, guy? Come on, Peter Parker is smarter than that.
Yeah, right.
Jesus. Wow.
Oh, jeez. This is crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Why? Why do I do these things?
I don't know. But DV6 had it up on the dysfunctional page, so. Hi, Daisy. Daisy's sitting here behind me watching me eat this burger.
Well, she's sitting.
For once.
At least she's not in front of you.
So she has this thing that when I tell her to sit and she's standing where she is behind me, there's a little piece of plastic carpet behind her, and she'll pat her feet like she's sitting down, and she'll back up a little bit to make me think she's sitting. And I've learned to watch her, and she'll back up every time. She just keeps backing up, and going plap, 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 plap. And then finally, I'll be like, you ain't getting nothing unless you sit. She'll walk up to me and actually sit when I say that every time.
Oh man, TV Toad in a chat, he said, nope, not Googling that, Google. Oh man. He also put the definition of white privilege in the chat, which is pretty funny, thinking you are woke.
I'm in this Facebook group on Facebook, and somebody just posted a meme. He's got two aliens sitting on one side of the table and a little boy sitting on the other side, and it goes, your mom and I think it's time we shared with you that, well, you were abducted. I don't know why I find that so fucking hilarious.
Man.
But yesterday, all my troubles had gone away. Florida man gets 20 years in state prison for stealing $600 worth of cigarettes, Midnight Frosty said.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Now I just want to randomly type in dates in Florida man.
Right? Alright. I'll play along.
See, people that come up with this...
Peer pressure, yes!
DV Oink, Florida men accused of smearing feces on church fitness bathroom. Sauna.
Well, at least I know I had a shitty birthday.
Oh man. At least it's funny. I mean,
Well,
mine is not.
it's funny enough to take us in the break. And on the other side, we'll have Google's junk that's in the news. You're listening to Barracks Talk right here on dvradio.net.
Let's get it on.
We've got some bread made for you. The music.
Let's go! You're listening to WTVR on dvradio.net. By veterans, for veterans.
Simply made for you.
Yes. My name is Carl. Yeah. And I'd like to say that DV Radio is the #1 most hated veteran radio station online. Yeah. Because my mama says so.
You're listening to Barracks Talk on dvradio.net.
You big dummy.
And now, it's time to find out what stupid junk is in the news.
Okay, I think DV6 just arrived at Bo's house. At least Bo said, guess who's here in our own little chat. So I'm assuming that's DV6.
You hear Daisy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that means DV6 is here.
Well, I didn't hear her because you were muted.
Well, she was really loud. I didn't want it to hurt everybody's head. Like, you've heard her bark.
I just heard her, yes.
So
anyway.
No, I mean, you've actually heard her in person. It sounds like your head's stuck in a fucking bell that's being wrong.
I know, right? At least it's, well, hey, you know what? Since Daisy is there, we'll start with this story. So we all know that the Mueller report came out today. So I don't know how much longer this story is good for, but Mueller Folk Hero memorabilia is being designed, created, and sold. This includes necklaces, candles, baby onesies, and even pet names. This little girl, Alicia Barnett, wanted a puppy and dreamed they would find one that was smart, steady, and a bit mysterious. And when they found the puppy, a 10-week-old chocolate lab. They decided to name it Mueller. You know, after Robert Mueller.
Mueller ass!
Right. And it's funny because Barnett says, he gives me reassurance that all is not lost. I admire his mystique. I admire that I haven't heard his voice. He is someone who can sift through all this mess and come up with a rationale that makes sense to everyone. I mean, at least she's smart, but she named her dog Mueller, so maybe not that smart. There's also memorabilia being sold, such as a set of earrings of Mueller's face. This is being sold by Carmen Martinez and Karen Wolcott.
Are they going to make butt plugs with his face as well?
Oh my god.
Ball gags?
It's just, like baby onesies with Mueller's face. There's an artist who is selling prints of his Mueller haircut illustration.
Oh my god.
Right. It's ridiculous.
This is as bad as Who Shot JR t-shirts back in the 80s on Dallas. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't lived life.
Oh man.
The fucking memorabilia centered around that fucking season-ending fucking episode is unreal. And then you have Mueller.
I know.
Fuck hell.
It's just, I'm like, who buys this stuff?
Someone is, or they wouldn't be selling the shit. That's who.
I know. Someone is creating, she sold like 50. That's a lot, apparently. Makeup bags with Mueller's face stitched into the inside of it.
I guarantee you the women that bought those were probably 90 years old.
And then, of course, there's necklaces, earrings, keychains. There's a stuffed toy of Mueller in a Superman outfit.
I bet there's something stuffed with Mueller's.
The cross-stitch patterns, baby onesies. It's, I don't know, but the Mueller report is out. It went to Attorney General Barr, so hopefully we'll be doing something soon. Or we'll know something soon. And
this is America.
Well, they have taken the initials of MAGA, so Make America Great Again. Some of these people have used those initials, the MAGA, with the words substituted to read Mueller ain't going away.
Oh, bless their little hearts.
I know.
So they're coming out with hemorrhoid cream then with this picture on it. I mean, sorry.
You're all good. In other political news, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I'm sorry, she just does the craziest things. She posted a SpongeBob meme to diss Green New Deal adversaries. Now, the meme that she posted, it doesn't have any words on it, so in that sense, it's not a meme. It's a freaking photo, but it's a photo of who's the one in SpongeBob that can't breathe underwater?
None of them. Oh, you're talking about Sandy. I thought you said out of water. Sorry.
Yeah, underwater. So,
I'm like, out of water, none of them can.
So AOC tweeted a photo of her house, Sandy's house, underwater, and it says hashtag Green New Deal haters plan to address climate change.
What?
And I'm like, it's a glass dome of air underwater because one of the characters needs air to breathe.
When did she tweet this out?
She tweeted this on March 19th, so just 4 days ago.
I'm looking for it. I'm trying to find it. Because I'm a dick like that.
Oh, man.
I want to see some of these tweets that's in it. That's why.
Well, one person either retweeted it or posted or commented or whatever, but he said our future generations will look back and ask, how the hell were our Republican ancestors so dumb? I'm sorry, but again, it's a photo of an air bubble so Sandy can breathe underwater.
Right?
I mean...
no joke. You read that, and I was actually reading that along with you because I just got to that.
I'm like, oh my god, this isn't, everything's fucking insane tonight. Meanwhile, one of the Democratic candidates for president, Mr. Robert Francis O'Rourke, but everyone calls him Beto. I still don't know. He ate dirt with regenerative powers after losing to Ted Cruz. He went after he lost.
What?
So after he lost to Ted Cruz, Beto hit the road, much as his father had done before him, and drew energy from the people he met. And on one stop in New Mexico, he ate dirt. And he said that the New Mexican dirt has regenerative powers. He even brought some home to the family for them to eat as well. And I'm like, any grown man who eats dirt probably shouldn't be running for president.
Well, marijuana has regenerative properties, but, it's not legal.
Well, the dirt is legal, I guess, but, so yeah, he ate dirt.
Actually, you have to go through customs, and I'm pretty sure that it's illegal to bring dirt from another country to this country.
No, he was to New Mexico.
Oh, I thought you said
Mexico.
I thought you said Mexico. I didn't hear you.
New
Sorry.
Mexico.
Well, I take that back. I thought you said Mexico. Fucking AOC is rubbing off on me.
Texas, it's all the same.
Fucking.
Now there is.
All I heard was Mexico. Sorry. I apologize. Shut the fuck up, chat. I fucking said I apologize. I wasn't listening. For fuck's sake.
There is another story about Beto O'Rourke that I didn't get a chance to pull up, but it's just real quick. So, when his children were little, they're still little, but when his children were little, one of them took a shit in the diaper, and he thought that it looked like an avocado, and he tried to feed it to his wife as guacamole. And I'm like,
yummy.
You have fucking issues.
That's one sick motherfucker right there.
But like I said, any grown man who eats dirt probably shouldn't be running for president. It is a very scary thought.
He's probably the one that voted to have 2 girls, 1 cup legal in America.
Oh boy. All right, moving right along. Registered child sex offender reads to children at Houston Public Library during drag queen story time. So the Houston Public Library promised kids and their parents an imaginative storytelling experience during drag queen story time, but it served up something a lot more sinister. The participating drag queen, Tatiana Malanina, whose real name is Alberto Garza, is a 32-year-old child sex offender who was convicted of assaulting an 8-year-old boy in 2009. So, there you go. Don't allow this drag queen story time to happen at your local library. It is apparently gaining ground. Jesus Christ. Because supposedly some other states are having drag queen story time. I don't know why. But
And we're not saying drag queens are bad people, but if you don't do a background check on a motherfucker and you allow this shit to happen, you are the piece of shit.
yeah, that is a better way of saying it.
Jesus.
I don't. I just. How do you go about how do you schedule a guest appearance without doing a background check?
Yeah.
I mean, was he? I wonder if he was arrested for being around children. I mean, as a sex offender, you're not supposed to be within X amount of distance. But the article doesn't say. So, there you go.
This is America.
What was the checklist like? You know, Aerosmith's one song, dude looks like a lady. Check, he's good. Let him in. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous.
I know, right? So we all know that spring break is occurring, and there's been a lot of, I don't even want to use the term shenanigans down in Miami, Florida, because it's an all-out brawl in some instances. So armored police riot squads will now patrol Miami Beach during spring break for the crowds.
I never
Party
understood spring
poopers.
break anyway.
I know. Someone did say that this is racist, that riot police are racist. But I'm like, most of the kids that are on spring break there are white. So...
Well, at least that's what they show through media.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Very, very true. I don't know. I do feel like the rich white kids always went. I wasn't rich, but I'm white. But I never went to anywhere fun on spring break.
I did. I went home.
I mean, I never went to college, so in high school I just stayed home.
I was getting ready to say elementary and high school you have spring break too, so.
Well, right, but I mean, like, those I just stayed home. And then I never went to college, so I didn't get that spring break. But, yeah. So, DV Oink sent in a very kind of weird story.
It's a dirty story.
I'll post the link. It is a visual story. But people are removing the inside of their ears as part of a bizarre new trend. So first it was just getting your ears pierced. Then it was just, you know, like they use the gauge.
The gauges. Yep.
Oh my! And now they're taking out the middle of the ear. I mean, it's a little crazy. The procedure involves taking out the concha, which is the middle bit of the outer ear. It is also known as the pinna and the auricle. Yeah. This guy did it all the way in Australia. The one whose photo is presented. To get it done just for the sole purpose of getting the inside of his ears cut out. I'm sorry, but that's just gross.
Well, I don't understand why you would want to get those 3 tiny bones removed. That's gotta be fucking painful as hell.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because that's what is there.
How long does it take to do that?
I don't want to know.
Right?
Not planning on having it done. I don't know. I know it's a huge part of your auditory system because that's where the 3 bones are, and that's what helps a lot of acoustics. So they're fucking their hearing up tremendously.
Right?
Which I find hilarious.
Oh man, it's gross. It's gross. We're just gonna move along.
Yummy.
Well, at least they won't get cauliflower ear. So.
What the fuck is that?
You know, MMA fighters that have a big bulge of their ear exploding out, basically. I know you've seen people with their ears that look like they're swollen or something. That's cauliflower ear.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's where you basically been hit too many times or too hard, and it just fucking fucks up the muscle and tissues, and it's like, fuck you, I'm going cauliflower style, bitch. You full-time visible vegetarian now.
I didn't know that pigeons are being sold. This champion bred pigeon sells for a world record of $1.42 million. I'm sorry, but I would not be buying a pigeon for $1.42 million. Armando, a champion bred racing pigeon from Belgium, was sold for that amount. The auctioneer said nobody expected this. No one. The previous record for a homing pigeon sold at auction stood at $425,000. There were two Chinese millionaires engaged in a furious bidding war for Armando in the last hour of a 2-week online auction, according to The Guardian. The winning bidder was not named. Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. So. I'm really not sure what to say about that.
Oh, man. So, I know, right? Oh, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And this is no surprise that DV Oink sent this in. 3,000 piglets on the loose after livestock truck crashes on I-70. It's a kind of like a feel-good story because the piglets are gone.
I just had 3 words. Run, fam! Run!
Officials are trying to corral nearly 3,000 pigs that are on the loose Friday morning. I don't think there's an update on this.
It's in the news article, I think.
There was no word on how many piglets were injured in the crash. Hopefully 0.
They became bacon bits.
Officers did line up outside Northwestern Memorial. Never mind. Sorry, I lied.
I told you there was an update in the article.
I know. I was trying to find it, and I clicked on something, and then it took me to a different story.
That's what you get for clicking buttons.
Well, it's still not letting me see the rest of this story. So, Bo, what's the update?
Well, they pretty much got all the fucking piglets, and they think that, what was the fire department there, Oink? Something protection district. That's all I remember. I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, it was basically stupidness. It was what you'd expect of them updating. We'd like to thank everybody that helped us today get these pigs so they wouldn't become bacon slabs on the highway. That's pretty much what it was.
Sad thing is, like I said, it's about 50 miles or so south of where I grew up. So, yeah. There's a few family members in there, I'm sure.
Yeah, basically that was the update, that they got all of them rescued, and they thanked everybody that helped them corral them up. Uh-oh, Google, did your computer crash? I think it did. I think that's why she messaged us.
All right, well, it's good that I asked you, Bo, what the update was to the story. I did not get to hear the update.
We were thinking you crashed again.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, what I had said was, one more time, if you didn't catch it the first 3 times I said it, basically, the law enforcement and all appreciated everybody and thanked them for helping them to corral the 3,000 piglets and not letting them become bacon slabs on the road.
I would have taken one home.
Oh, I certainly would have too.
I mean, fuck it. They're not going to miss one.
Yeah, show up at home. But baby, you should have seen it. It was so alone and nobody wanted to help it.
No, I would have been like, 6, look, we got a piglet for the farm. I know you want to raise them. And then kill them off.
Well, the funny thing is, pigs are smarter than any fucking animal domesticated, so...
The animal kind, people. The animal kind. Just letting you know. Humankind, well, not so much.
Well...
Oh, man. Well, I think pigs are smarter than some humans.
Oh, they are. Trust me.
They are.
Oh, man, that's all the news that I have for this fine evening.
Ow, motherfucking standing. If you haven't noticed, we are still doing the title of the Sunday Morning Coffee Show, and you have until March 30th. That's next Saturday to get your submissions in, to get your bag of coffee. If none of them looks good or we don't want to use them, we're not going to use them. So, for the 2 people that have sent in the submissions, yours are being considered. For the others, well, you're going to miss out on a bag of Battlegrounds coffee. So get your submissions in to info@dvradio.net if you want to perhaps win a bag of Battlegrounds coffee from Ubora Coffee. If not, head over to Ubora Coffee and buy a bag. You can get 12 ounces or 5 pounds, and a portion of that goes directly to DV Radio to help us continue what we're doing here and to hopefully make better shit for you guys. Also, we're in the works on a noir show. If you don't know what noir is, look it up. Noir. Look it up, bitches. It's not going to be that serious. Well, it might be serious. We don't know yet. It's however the script lays out. Anyway, Up in Arms podcast marathon will be Thursday. Gotta say it for giggle. Marathon will be next Thursday. That is March the 28th. Media Litter Sandwich will be coming to you soon. I gotta get with Toad to work out dates for that. It's gonna be after next week. Trust me, guys. It's gonna be after fucking next week. I'm not doing a lot of shit next week. Sorry. You guys are just going to have to pump the brakes on that one. MyDBStore.com. Look forward to the DB Farm coins launching on April 1st. We'll have one more show before those launch. Also, the battalion packages that you can get at MyDBStore.com, those are up right now. You get a shit ton of gear for like half the price all at once. Google, do you have anything for our listeners?
I don't think so.
Okay, and Oink?
Not today.
Well, in the famous words of Recoil, stay safe and keep looking after one another, fuckers.
Yep. Go to dvfarm.org. Go to smile.amazon.com. Make DV Farm your charity of choice. Follow us on all of our social media. If you don't know it by now or you're a new listener, go back and listen to our last podcast. That's the best way to find out. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You can do it. You got the technology.
Oh my god, I gotta go back one? Holy fucking Christ. But, yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for caring, I guess. Not that you really care about it. So, yeah. Anyway.
You didn't hear that, did you?
Probably not.
Sorry. Good, because I was muted, but I clicked on the link and a video started playing.
And that's the way we do it here at DB Radio. That's because we're professionals, and what we do is very professional. Anyway, thank you guys all for listening and joining us. For Recoil, DV6, who are not here, Oink, Google, I am Bonerwood. You just heard Barracks talk right here on WDVR, DVRadio.net. Until next week, buttsickles. Bye-bye!
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter.
That's all, folks.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
DV Radio. Lisa clears.
Yay!
Lisa clears a master.
Oh, man. Alright, so Bo, well, for everyone, really, just the two of you, I posted the picture of the knife rack because I get to choose the one I want.
Nice.
Like, this is what I want. Found it!
There's Oink. Well, at least there's not a knife in the growing. Woo!
Oh, man. Breaking news. Trump to start deporting Democrats. Mexico responds by starting to build border wall.
And on with the show.